Hey 1100, I wanted to spend some time going over your worksheet for this week just to make sure that you guys do it correctly. There's a couple pitfalls that I have seen happen to other students in different semesters, and I wanted to make sure it didn't happen to you. So in your assignment, we've got the worksheet right here, the 03 worksheet. And after you download it and you go to open it, my browser, Google Chrome, tries to be helpful and opens it right up in the browser. And if I go through and I start filling this form out, it looks like all is fine and well, but the problem is I actually can't save this and resubmit it for grading. So that's the first thing to watch out for. So after you've downloaded it, I'm going to download it again. Instead of clicking on this to open it up, I would click on this little triangle and go to show in folder, and you'll see it with all of my other downloads. And then when you open it up from there, it should open in the Acrobat Professional or in Bluebeam, whichever one that you have set to be your default PDF viewer. And then in here, if you go ahead and start to fill it out, you can actually save this and then send it back to me. So I'm going to go ahead and do save as. I'm going to throw it on my desktop where I do have an 1100 folder. And then that way all of the work you do will be saved and you can send that to me. So that was the big thing. Make sure you're downloading it and opening it in the right program before you start working on it. Now in this worksheet, what I'm asking you to do is to take a look at the PDFs in Canvas that I'll go back to and compare it to some of the things that we studied last week with the title blocks. So hopping back into Canvas, you'll see that I have 10 different title block examples here. Now another way to get to these is if you go to Files in our class folder, you'll see a title blocks folder and everything is in here. You don't need to do all 10. I'm only asking you to do 4 plus an additional 2 for extra credit. So let me walk through one of them just as an example for you. So for the first one, I'm going to go ahead and open up one of them because I just had all of them open. Let's go to title block 10. So here's the example of the title block, and one of the first things that I ask is the project. So looking at this project, this is the Smith residence. So if I go to my worksheet, I'm going to put Project Smith Residence. The architect or firm, it's really small, so I'm going to zoom in and take a look at that. The architect is Architecture Belgique. Hopefully I got that kind of right. I didn't, but I'll fix that in a moment. And then after that, I'm asking, is there a production or data area? So coming back here, I'm going to do another zoom out, and it looks like it could be here within the title block. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. You know what? I don't think that is. That's kind of like an intellectual property. So let me zoom back out again. I saw small writing around the edge, so I thought that that was it. This looks like it doesn't have a production area. So hopping back to my worksheet, I'm going to put no. And then I'm going to put here under my notes, the copyright almost looked like the production area. And then drawing area or grid. Based on this sheet that I've given you, is there a drawing area grid? If you look over here, there is not a grid on this particular plan. It's just a big open drawing area. So I'm going to put no on that one too. So in the title block is the designer and architect there. We already saw that. They are included here, and they do have their information. So I will put yes there. Consultants, now this is weird. There's a placeholder for them, but no one is listed. So I'm going to put yes. There is a placeholder for them, but no one is listed. project information. Keep going to the wrong one. I'm going to go ahead and close that so I stop doing that. So project info, yes, we do have that right here. Yes, and you can see if anything is missing from the project information, but sheet title, sheet number, everything's there. The issue dates, that is also here as well. They don't have individual lines, but it's just kind of a placeholder. Management. Let's see if that's hidden somewhere. Let me zoom in a little bit. Remember, management is who drew it, who reviewed it. And I don't see anything like that here. So I'm going to say no. Oops. And then title sheet. To be honest, I have no idea what I meant by that. I'm trying to think of what I was going with that. Title sheet. Give me just a moment. With that one, we can just kind of skip that one. To be honest, I don't even know where I was going with that. What I did is I pulled these out of entire sheet sets. And so the title sheet isn't even included. So with this one, you can just leave it blank, but I'll go ahead and just focus on these first ones right here. But I hope that helps you guys get an idea of what I'm looking for this assignment and how you guys can work with that worksheet. So again, before I'm done, I'm going to hit save. And now when I close out of it and open it back up, you can see all of my information is here. So make sure you're not turning in anything blank to me for this assignment. If you guys have any other questions, please let me know. Just send me a message on Canvas and I'd be happy to help. Thanks guys, have a good week.